You ever thought about the day that video game graphics will look as good as real life? That's what we're going to talk about today in tonight's video. Also, before we get going, if you end up enjoying tonight's video, leave a like before you go. Super important metric for YouTube, especially for smaller channels to grow. I'm trying to grow my channel, putting a lot of work into it. So if you could do that before you go, guys, I greatly appreciate it. On with the video. First up, I'm going to show you guys some pictures. Try to guess which ones are video games and which ones are real life. It's going to be a lot harder than you think it's going to be. So there was only 2 real pictures in all those pictures you just saw. How many did you think there were? There's plenty of different companies right now that can offer you a virtual reality experience. PlayStation, Google, Oculus, they just came out with the Quest 2, which is pushing the limits of what we're capable of when it comes to virtual realities at the moment. We're going to run into something called Moore's Law, and we're going to get into, will video games ever equate to what you see every day when you open your eyes? Real life graphics. Moore's Law refers to Moore's perception. He's the inventor and CEO of Intel. That was the number of transistors on a microchip doubles every 2 years. Though they're saying the cost of actual PCs and such is cut in half. So as time goes on, computers are going to get twice as fast and they're going to get, twice as cheap. We'd expect the speed and capability of our computers to increase every couple of years and we will pay less for them. So as you guys all know, things get better as time goes on. So what's going to happen though is they're going to run into sort of a brick wall when it comes to this, and we'll take a look at here why now. Experts agree that computers should reach the physical limits of Moore's Law at some point in the 2020s. So maybe that's going to be like, towards 2029. We'll know. We'll see when it gets here. The high temperature transistors eventually would make it impossible to create smaller circuits. This is because cooling down the transistors takes more energy than the amount of energy that already passes. So basically, we're going to reach a point, everyone, where the technology that we possess is going to reach its end. We're going to have to create a new technology to break barriers to which hold us back in the technologies we have now. So with that being said, maybe we will never meet, real life graphics. Time will have to tell. Alright, for those of you living under a rock, simulation theory is that everything we see around us is simulated and you are basically in a computer chip, so to speak. So this ties into the subject at hand. Give me a minute to explain here. As of right now, they can already map a human brain and put it onto, data format. They think in the years to come, they're going to be able to take consciousness and also map it to a computer chip, alright? So everything that makes up you basically can, go to a chip and essentially, I guess, live forever. The thing is, though, you can't just float in the space of nothingness. They're going to have to create something to keep these people occupied, that have their consciousness and brain downloaded to the computer chips. That's where the simulation theory comes in. Basically, where we're going to reach a point where graphics will inevitably look like real life and you won't be able to tell the difference. And the argument is, if we're already at that point in the future, how would you be able to tell the difference if you already had, downloaded yourself into a chip and where you went to looks like real life, as in, you wake up every day and what you see. Don't think too much about it. It may stir your brain a little bit, but that's the whole simulation theory in a nutshell, kind of ties into, will we ever reach this graphical prowess? And I'll leave you guys with that. So with every new generation of system comes out, graphics continue to improve. All these new games that come out, they continue to improve. Either we'll hit the wall on what we are capable of as a human society, or we will come up with new things that will inevitably lead graphics to look like real life. What do you think? Put your thoughts and comments down below, guys. And if you're new here, subscribe before you go. Also, don't forget to drop a like. It helps me, being a small channel. I will see you guys in the morning. Think about it. Peace.